Hi guys, so welcome to week 2 of our virtual learning experience. I'm going to go through kind of what your expectations are for this week and where you can find everything that you're going to need. So hopefully you started off by watching the Tuesday weekly video, where this is the video where we're just going to go through and kind of show you what you're expected to do, just give you a little bit of kind of a context. So you should have found the agenda for both advanced and regular. Now they are pretty similar right now, but they are going to end up changing in a week or two once we start to kind of diverge on different curriculum. So you can access those in Schools PLP, but that's why you have both. It puts everybody on our team in one class. It doesn't divvy it up versus advanced. So on Monday, you have no school. It is Labor Day. Enjoy your 4-day weekend. Don't worry about working on schoolwork. Hopefully you had everything already turned in by Friday, so don't worry about doing anything on Monday. On Tuesday, you would have started with this video. Then you're going to go ahead and click on the Summer Reflection Choice Board. As always, if you go to Google Classroom, there is week 2, and all of your assignments needed to turn in will show up here. So when you click on the Summer Reflection Board, it's going to take you to your instructions, and it's going to have these 2 documents. When you click on this document, it's going to open up a Google slide deck, which is a fancy way of saying a Google PowerPoint, and it's going to make you your own copy. So again, this way you can just turn it in when you're finished, and you don't have to worry about sharing it. This is going to be your directions. So when I click on the directions page, it takes me to this screen, and it tells you that you need to pick one of these to create. Can you pick more than one? Absolutely, but you only have to do one. So when you click on whatever link that you choose, so let's say you want to go through and reflect on TV shows that you watched this summer, or you want to do an Instagram activity, whichever one you want, you're going to click on it. And when you click on it, what it's going to do is it's going to take you to that slide deck. So I'm going to open this preview here, and it would take you to this activity. And this activity is where you're going to do some reflection on your summer. So again, we're still doing some of this getting to know you stuff and giving you some practice with the technology. But say maybe you want to make a playlist of some of your favorite TikToks from this summer. You could go through and make your binge list of the things you watched on Netflix this summer. You can go through and create an Instagram picture of what you did this summer. It could be an actual picture of something you did this summer. You could create a Pinterest board if you're into Pinterest, or we also have your Spotify recently played playlist. If you go and click on this link here, it's going to go ahead and take you to Miss Lewis's summer binge list, and you can see some of the shows and series that I watched this summer. Definitely really liked The Rain. I also love The Haunting of Hill House. I really love the book series and watched the movie, so I was really excited to see this. Can't wait for the next season to come out. So if you are definitely into scary stuff, this kind of stuff will be cool for you. So this just kind of gives you an example. The only thing I really did is I found pictures of things that I watched, and I just inserted them. So when I'm finished with that, all I would have done, which I guess I could go back to this and show you. So let's say that I've finished my creation, like I'm ready to turn this in, okay? What I'm going to do, because this made a copy for me, is I'm going to go over here, and what this is it shows you this slide. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to click copy. So that way, whenever I go back to my classwork and I'm working in this document that's blank, all I would do is come over here and click paste. And then it just pastes my slide. So that way, when you paste it into here, you can turn it in for a grade. So that's how you're going to do your summer reflection assignment on Tuesday. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to Flipgrid, and you're going to make a video telling us 2 things, at least 2 things, you can do more, from your history of a timeline product. So if you made a timeline, if you made some other kind of product, a comic, whatever it is, you don't have to show it to us, you can, but I would like for you to tell us at least 2 things from your timeline, and if they were positive or negative influences on your reading identity. Because remember, we talked about how we are starting to think about ourselves as readers, because my goal isn't to make you readers, but it's to remind you that you already are a reader. And so how do all the things that you've gone through affect you as a reader? And we're going to start to kind of think a little bit more now about ourselves in like the present. And then starting next week, we're going to go into like, how are we going to set ourselves up as readers for this year? So you're going to go into Flipgrid and you're going to tell us 2 things from your history of a timeline. And you don't need to worry about going and commenting on anybody else's videos. You're more than welcome to. I love the discussion. You guys did a really good job with this last week. But it's definitely something fun. When you click on this link, it should take you straight to the Flipgrid. I want to call this like the assignment page. So remember, you can always enter as a guest, and the password is right here. It's Warriors Read, and then the 2 words are one, but they're both capitalized. Or what you could do is join with your school email, but you'll want to join with Microsoft because your school email counts as that. Once you get in there, I'm going to do it really quick. Once you get in there, that's where you can go ahead and record. If you have, if you are making your video, just make sure that you're doing it on this assignment page. You don't want to go and do it on the same page that you did your first week intro, because sometimes your Flipgrid will have it saved and it'll want to like go back to it. So just make sure you're doing it on the same page. On Wednesday, you're going to do the Rambling Autobiography mini lesson, and this is one of my favorite things that we do in the first week of school. So if I go here in my Google Classroom, this is going to be where my document is that tells me all the things I need to do for this activity. And I kind of walk you through this activity a little bit. So you'll watch my intro video. I'm going to read this out loud to you if you prefer. You could read it by yourself. This is just there for you if you want to listen to me read it. And then it kind of talks to you about you need to read it a second time, but you're going to read it with a different lens. And then you are going to watch my video to make sure you did that correctly. And then you're going to take a chance and write your imitation of this. So something that we're doing is we're going to be imitating a lot of writing this year that we see out in the real world, because this is something that a lot of times you don't get a lot of exposure to. And so these are real pieces that I'm pulling from writing that's out in the world today. And so you're going to not only be a reader, but a writer this year as well. And if you go through this, it's very detailed. You'll follow the directions, and then you'll click on here, and that's where it'll make you your own copy for you to create your own rambling autobiography. When you're finished, make sure that you do go to your notebook sometime and that you add a new page. And that's how you can add your new page to your digital notebook. Just go to the writing tab, click add a slide, and you can copy and paste it. The next thing you're going to do is, I haven't finished it before making this video, but it'll be finished by the time, is there is a reading survey that I'll assign you. It'll take you to a Google form, and you're just going to go through and you're going to fill out some questions about yourself as a reader. This is kind of like taking the temperature of the room and seeing how you are already before we start reading and getting into that reading exploration. And then we'll check in a couple times during the year to see how you're growing. Thursday, you're going to go through and do this Intro to Suspense slide deck. So when you click on this, it's going to take you to the slide deck. You can do this at your own pace, so it's not like a Pear Deck where I have to be on with you. But there's several different slides with videos. There's going to be a music video that you guys are going to watch, and you're going to do an activity where you kind of watch it and take some notes on what makes it suspenseful. And just make sure the activity that you do with this is later on. It's going to have you watch a video and then go to this link and submit your answer. So when you go to that form, that's where you're going to turn in your activity and get credit for it. And again, all these instructions are very detailed and explained. After that, you're going to go on Thursday into school's PLP. There will be a text evidence intro lesson. The only thing you have to do is read it, watch the video they have, and then what you're going to do with me later is on Friday, you're going to have a video that you'll watch where I do my First Read Friday video. I do these every Friday. It's kind of like a book talk. Obviously, I can't do it in person, so we're going to do it over video. This is going to give you the book trailer for the first suspense story that we're going to read called The Elevator. We're going to read it. You can listen to me read it. You can read it independently. And then what you're going to do after it is you're going to watch, we're going to be talking in our Zoom meeting about taking evidence and how to do text evidence and how to cite it correctly. And then what you're going to do is you're going to complete the text evidence activity that is assigned to you on Google Classroom. So again, same, we're going to do some note taking and some work when we're in our Zoom meeting next week. And then you're going to complete this activity. It's a little different for the advanced versus the non-advanced class, but please make sure that you pay attention. You're not going to have all the notes to do this until we have our Zoom meeting. So if you don't Zoom with me until Friday, you shouldn't be doing this until after you've Zoomed with me. So those of you who do Zoom with me on Tuesday could work ahead, but make sure that you don't do it until you've met with me in Zoom, because there's some formatting stuff that we're going to talk about in our notes in our mini lesson. After that, that's it. You have a great weekend ahead of you. We will be meeting from 10 to 10:45 when you are assigned with me this week. This is our Zoom link meeting link right here. Other than that, I hope you have a great week. I can't wait to see what more you guys create. I'm loving watching your videos and getting to know you. I'm enjoying interacting with you on our Zoom meetings. And I'm really glad that you guys are on Team Warriors. All right, happy